What's going on, y'all? This is official. Welcome to the official channel. I'm actually in college at the moment, as you guys can see. Yeah, it looks all collegey. Nearby a waterfall, enjoying the views. Been here for like the past 3 minutes or so. Anyway, awkward moment, by the way. It is awkward. First video, so I guess it's expected. Um, I do want to cover some topics. Help to make a short video. I don't want to make it too long on travel, on tourism to be exact. I do have a note card so that I'm on track. I do get I do sometimes get off track when I talk, whether it's to myself or to somebody. So I do need some kind of guide. Anyway, I'll try to be as quiet as possible because I'm inside the building now. Um, so yeah, I wanted to cover something about travel, to be precise. A lot of us that do travel on a full time basis or part time basis. I'm talking to those who are currently in America, those who hold the U.S. dollar. It would be very important for us to keep this in mind when we go to other countries, because I've noticed some activity. I've noticed some, how do I call it? I noticed some things that us foreigners do when we go to certain countries. I keep looking here, but I need to look here instead. I think tourism, modern day tourism, it's modern day colonialism. If I can repeat that again, tourism is modern day colonialism. You know, one of the first points I'd like to mention why tourism is modern day colonialism is obviously us coming into a country with the dollar, a currency that's foreign. It's not the usual currency that said country uses. Let's say you're going to somewhere like Morocco or Algeria or even somewhere in Europe. Europe, they don't use dollars. They use euro um, as their primary form of currency. There's a certain weird noise in here for some reason. Anyway, whatever. So again, going to my first point, we come in here with our dollars. In a way, we are usually the ones who own the cake, right? While the actual citizens of said country get the crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when we touch down into the main cities and everything. But yeah, sure, it makes sense. You know, everyone wants to go to the capital cities, convenience, and you know, want to see things, and obviously that's a hub for tourists, which I understand. But a lot of us got to keep in mind with our actions, with our way of moving, with our way of thinking in these countries. These countries don't operate the way we think. They don't operate the way we operate. So again, we have to keep in mind we shouldn't allow our, oh, we use this dollar so we're somehow more than you. We're somehow more superior to them, if you understand what I mean. Because again, a lot of you guys may not accept that, or you guys may not believe me, or you guys may not accept what I'm saying. But the fact is, and the truth is, like we move out with this like behavior, like okay, like I'm this, I'm that. But a lot of us got to calm down. We got to lower down that ego. It's really in these countries they don't really care. Yeah, sure, you have the dollar, but they don't really care. A lot of them are out to get you. Really, that's just reality. A lot of people don't want to say the truth, but a lot of these other places that you may be going to, coming in with a dollar, they know where you come from. They know the way, they can understand the way you move already. So that's another point that I that I won't really forget to mention. You come with this like kind of energy, like, oh yeah, I got this dollar, so I'm somewhat bigger and more superior to you. A lot of us got to keep that in mind. We should tone it down. That's my message. We should tone it down. We have hotels, there's Airbnbs and airlines and airlines, not really, but Airbnbs, hotels, tour companies, they're usually owned by foreigners, right? Again, going to my first point, foreign money, foreign control. And it becomes a problem to a point, right? It reaches a certain level. I know it's not really been mentioned, and I would understand that my points sound a bit empty, they sound a bit vague. Again, first video, I don't want to go off track. It's already going above the time that I wanted to do this video. And Other points I wanted to mention why tourism now is modern day colonialism is because culture has become a show, right? Going to countries and I hear a lot of people. I want to mingle with the culture and I want to do this with the culture. You don't really do anything about the culture. You guys only spend time around hotels and resorts. And again, it's not wrong. It's not wrong, but go to a country and figure out how to like what did you do? What are you going to learn in that country? Are you going to just learn about, oh, I spent at the resort and I went to this high restaurant? And no, you got to there's something that the soul needs to learn from as well. You can't be out here just going to countries and, oh, I just spent time in the most in a capital city for like 2 3 weeks and, oh, I learned everything. Not really, just surface level stuff. That really, again, my point sounds a bit empty. So for those watching, just feel free to leave if you want. But again, culture has become a show instead of a moment of learning and actual inspiration. It's just become a show. To me, really personally, that bothers me. Let me put this up. It does bother me a lot. Tourists just consume. Again, I'm reading from my notes here because I'm going off track. Tourists only consume culture just for entertainment purposes. I could have just mentioned that in the beginning. Only for entertainment purposes, and not to understand it. Again, not to understand, not to allow. You're not allowing yourself to enrich from it. You need to learn something. It needs to move you to a point. So again, it's just this empty traveling. I traveled to this many countries, and you see all these content creators. Oh, I traveled to many of these countries, and I went to 55 countries and everything. I went to 55 countries and everything, but it's all empty traveling. A lot of these travelers, they don't be doing the stuff that they should be doing as travelers. Really, let me just put that out there. Again, things like taking photos for tourism use and everything, and not to really understand, not for real ceremonies. Just taking photos and using it for themselves, and then using it as a way to advertise to people, spreading a false image of certain country, certain culture, certain place around the world. And again, one of the things that I mentioned earlier is the acting up that we usually do as tourists. It's kind of pathetic, actually, if I'm going to say. I'm not too old yet, y'all, but I'm fortunate enough. I've been around the world. I've spent about 4 or 5 years around the world living abroad. As you guys will know in the future, I'm not going to say too much now. I do plan to be on the travels very, very soon as well. So I've seen some things when it comes to tourists, and yeah, things that really bother me. We don't really know how to act. I think we need to really understand. A lot of us need to go back to nursery school when it comes to morals. Yeah, we need that. There's no, but hey, man, like seriously, we do need to go back to nursery school to learn some basic morals so that we know how to navigate in countries. I don't think people teach us enough. We come in here acting all loud and acting all obnoxious and acting all haywire. It's just like, what? You just sit down and go like, why? Why all this? What? Like, why? For me, that's at least for me. That's what I think. Why? Why? So sometimes, really, you having a dollar doesn't make you any better. Just act better, treat people right, treat the people in the countries that you go to, treat, treat them the way you want them to treat you. It's very simple, because a lot of these countries, again, I'm going to I'm going to mention too many things. I've mentioned this before in the video or earlier. A lot of these places around the world, you know, that whole like love Americans always. Be careful. Don't believe that all. Don't believe it all. I'm just telling y'all. Again, a lot of content creators don't tell you. Don't believe it all. They're out here to get you. They're out here to get you. Not like pursue, like, but you've probably heard of things like scams and all that jazz, and you know, it's normal. Okay, they feed off of that. So you guys got to pay attention. Stop blinding yourself with fake realities, and no, wake up. It's yes, you want to travel, but you have to move a certain way to get the best from the country that you're in. Anyway, let me return outside. Anyway, I do hope you guys learned something. I'm enjoying the view outside. I can't lie about it. I can't lie about it. The view outside is incredible. So again, y'all, it is very important to keep in mind when going to countries around the world, have a moral conduct, um, have a moral standard, moral conduct, but have a moral code. I mean, that's what I meant to say. Okay, don't act up. A lot of us come with this arrogant energy, come with this type of ego, disgusting ego. Again, content creators that you guys watch should be telling you this, um, but they don't. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments. Again, it's my first video. I know I'm going to be talking about a lot of empty points, but I know they're not empty. I guess it's just my delivery. But let me know, y'all. Again, you guys will be seeing me on a voyage, on a personal journey around the world, little by little, step by step. Not this typical look at the water. Not this typical touristy content creation tactic where it's just, oh, I traveled to 54 countries around the world, and I only spent 3 days, and that counts as, oh, me living in the country. That fake, like, yeah, being in a country for 3 days or 10 days, that's nothing. Okay, that's nothing. That's BS. If you would ask me, that's nothing. Anyway, y'all, not to go off track again. Last smash. I'll keep showing the view because I love it. I love it. Anyway, hope you guys learned something. If you guys, I keep saying, if you guys feel like I didn't mention something enough, let me know. I'll probably figure out a way to make another video addressing it. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Let me not give any hints about what the next video is, but you guys will see it very soon. And peace out.